Hi there and welcome. My name is June Khan and thank you for joining me for today's session. We're focusing today on total body flexibility, one of my favorites, because as we grow older, we want to make sure that we're able to reach down and pick things off the floor as well as twist without injuring ourselves, but it also makes us feel more mobile and centered. So this is a 30-minute session that will focus on stretching actively and dynamically your total body. We'll remain seated for most of the workout, but there is an optional sit to stand, always optional for you. Remember, I'll always offer you modifications should you wish to remain seated. This is a type of session that's going to leave you feeling stretched, centered, mobile, and much more refreshed for the rest of your day. So you will need a few things, actually just one thing for the workout in terms of a prop, and that's a ball, a nice little squishy ball like I have right here. You will need your sturdy chair. As far as footwear, typically for a flexibility session, I tend to do it barefoot, but because we're offering the sit to stand option, I would like you to place some shoes on your feet that are flexible. Your option though, it's up to you, whatever works best for you, because this is your workout. So I'm gonna invite you to have a seat, take notes that I do have some water, so we wanna make sure we remain hydrated throughout the workout. We're gonna begin sitting at the very edge of your chair so that we have the ability to think about and focus on sitting tall. And the first thing we're going to begin with is a full body scan. Full body scan meaning you're going to take note of how your body feels right now. Where are your feet? I'd like to keep my feet about hip width apart so that my knees are directly over my heels or my toes or my middle toe. I think about that as well. I want to create a 90-degree angle, sitting tall. As soon as I tell myself sit tall, you take note as to what happens to those muscles in your core. They start to begin to turn on without you even thinking about it. It's like, I'm ready to take action and let's get going, because that's what we're about to do anyway. I want you to think of your pelvic floor muscles. Those are the muscles that support the internal organs of the body. And in order to contract them, I can't see you do that. It's like stopping the flow of urine. But we're going to practice that because it's a very important group of muscles that really help the torso and the core to activate correctly and effectively, subconsciously, so you don't have to think about it. So while we're sitting here, think of sitting tall, abdominals drawn in, shoulders back and down. Let's think of stopping the flow of urine and then releasing. We also call it a Kegel. Some of you ladies out there probably know exactly what I'm talking about when I talk about a Kegel and release. We'll do 2 more of those. Kegel and release. Let's do 1 more. Try an exhale. Exhale. A little easier, right? Now I know I only said 1 more. Let's try it again with that exhale. Yes. Release. Nice job. Now remain sitting nice and tall. Let's begin with some shoulder shrugs. We'll start with our left shoulder. Are you ready? Left shoulder goes up and down, then your right. Then your left, then your right. Perfect. 2 more of these. On your left, on your right. Beautiful. Now let's do both at the same time. Lift and lower and lift. Add a little flow to this. Shoulder roll. Shoulder roll. Nice. Now to add a little bit of rotation to this, let's start to move our torso to my left and to my right. To my left, to my right. Now take note, I'm scooping up, scooping up. Can you see what my feet have done? Excuse me, losing my voice for a second, there it comes. So we want to make sure that our feet are protected. Scoop, scoop. 2 more. Now watch my change. Reach up. Now join me when you can. Now if your arm wants to go out to the side, that's fine too. And reach. And reach. 2 more. Reach. And reach. Perfect. Wide stance. Tap in. Tap in. Doesn't this feel good? Perfect. Back to center. In the center, pedal your feet. Pedal, pedal, there we go. Now lift your toes up and down. We're coming to just about the end of the warm-up, but this allows us to work the whole body. We started with the upper body, moved into the center, moved into the whole body. Beautiful. Last one here. Grab your ball. That ball is going to go behind your back, behind your shoulders. This is going to feel very comfortable. Yes, almost too comfortable. Then we kind of get lazy. We don't want to get lazy. So we're sitting up nice and tall, right? Consciously engaging your abdominal muscles. Who remembers the movie, The Titanic, with the beautiful Kate Winslet on the bow of the ship and allowing her body to feel the air as the ship swiftly moves along the sea, and an extension that allows us to open up the heart and work and stretch the front of the chest. So palms facing forward. Envision you're standing on the bow of a ship. You're standing nice and tall and you're opening your heart, pulling the arms back, feeling the wind against your face. And then release it. 3 times. Inhale, reach, open. Exhale, come back. Now, we have to admit that feels really good, doesn't it? Reach. And come back in. Perfect. Now, we're going to take the ball from behind your back and make sure that we are holding the ball gently. Just squeeze the ball a little bit and release. Let's just do one more. Then we're going to widen your stance. I'm going to reach the left arm to your heel while we hold onto the chair on the other side and come up. Nice. Reach. 2 more here. Reach. Other side. Reach. Come back in and reach. Other side. Reach. Perfect. We have 1 more and hold. Now come back to center. The ball's between your hands. We're going to do 1, 2, 3. Return to center. Same side. 1, 2, 3. Now to your left side. Notice we stretch. We stretch further. We stretch further. Come back. 1, 2, 3. Come back left side. We've got 1. Now to your right. Perfect. Release, relax. Take a rest. Roll the shoulders out. Now from here, figure 8. 1. Notice my thumbs are up. This is done slow and slow and slow. Now keep the ball in the left hand a little faster. We go 1 in front, 2, 3. Change arms. We go 1. This stays in front. And left. 1, 2, 3, and right arm. 1, 2. Now we go back to the slow. You ready? Here we go. Slow. 1 and 2. Nice. Fluid dynamic stretch. Let's do 2 more of these. Here we go. 1 and 2. Last one. Bring your feet together and take the ball behind your back. So on this next one, rolling the shoulders back, the intention is to stretch the abdominal muscles. So keep your hands by your side, hold on to the chair. The ball is between your shoulder blades. Open up your heart and lift to the ceiling, really feeling that stretch, beginning at your pubic bone all the way up to your rib cage, stretching the abdominal muscles from top to bottom. And come back. Do that again. Lift. Come back. We have 1 more. Lift. Yes, perfect. Now, your right arm reaches to the side. Your left hand comes to your chest. Consciously pull back your right arm. Sit tall Can you feel the heart open, but more importantly, can you feel the chest open? You see how my thumb stays up? So I'm actively pulling my arm back, pulling the shoulder blade on the right side towards the left, and then release and lower. Same thing on the other side, right here. Pulling back, pull. Feeling the chest open, sit tall. Think of a string attached to the top of your head and someone's pulling you up towards the ceiling, yes. And come back. We'll do one more on the other side. Take your right arm out, hand to chest. Pull it back. Lift. Open your heart. Beautiful. We come back. We have one more. Here's the side. You go pull back. Pull, 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 pull. Oh my gosh, this is one of my favorite stretches. It just feels so good, doesn't it? Repeat your Titanic. Think. Inhale. Ah, the wind's blowing in your face. Exhale. These are such great heart-opening exercises. Lift. We have one more after this, and we'll move on to the next segment. We ready? Reach. Beautiful. Nice job. Remove the ball from between your back, between your shoulder blades and your back. Grab some water. Take a sip. You can take another, as many as you need. I'm going to take one more. And then return to our seat, sitting at the forward edge of your seat. Now lift your heels. At the same time, you're pumping your body forward, keeping a nice tall stance. Good. Two more. One more. Now slide your feet open. Hold, I should say slide your legs open. Forearms to your thighs. Now you should feel a stretch right here in the inner thigh and groin. So I'm gently pressing open and holding. Now, open the hands, slide down a little more if that is comfortable for you. You can stay where you were if that is best. You want to avoid rounding your spine, keep your heart lifted. Slide it back up, sit tall. Beautiful. Ha, take a rest. That takes work, right? Takes work to stretch. Lift your heart. Forearms to your legs. Stretch forward, hinge, hold. There we go. Hold it there. Are you ready to try to slide towards the calves, hinging forward? Keep your heart lifted. Bring it back. We have one more. Let it go. Phew. Takes work, doesn't it? Sit up tall. Forearms on your thighs. Hinge forward. Reach towards your calves. Hold, hold. Great. Now I'm going to take this a step further. Let's come back to your forearms. Grab the chair with your right hand. And now let's extend to the ankle. Take your right hand to your shoulder. You can keep your hand on your chair if you like. Pull the shoulder back. Other option is to lift, hold. Great. Now we can choose to extend this leg, and now we go even further. Hold. It's up to you, whatever point works for you. Come back center. Woo! Let it go. Come back up. Yes, yes, yes. Here we go. Forearms. This is where we start, right? So here's where we begin. Grab your chair. If this is what works best for you, stay here. Take your hand to your shoulder. Maybe take the leg out. Maybe slide down and reach the arm. Choice is up to you. Progress to whatever works to your best interest and how your body feels. Good. Good. Come back to the center. Whoa. That's not so easy, right? Let it go. Right hand, gentle fist. Left hand wraps around. Elbows up, but shoulders down. Twist. Right. Hold. 1, 2, 3. Come back center. Take a twist to your right side. Excuse me, your left side. Here we go. Twist. Hold. 1, 2, 3. Come back center. Can we do that one more time? Here we go. Sit nice and tall. Twist to your right. Hold. 1, 2, 3. Come back center. Twist to your left. Nice job. Release and kind of roll the shoulders out. Great. Beautiful. Take a deep breath in. Exhale your breath out, or exhale out, period. Slide your hips forward. Here's our optional sit to stand. So going to begin with a seat hold to get some blood pumping to the legs. So take a deep breath in, hinge forward, lift your seat, get your weight in your heels, hold. As far as we go. Take a breath in, have a seat. Going to do one more of those. Take a breath in, hinge forward, hold. Perfect. Now in the next repetition, we're going to move to standing. Should you choose to sit, just sit back into your chair, keep the alignment. You can do everything that we do standing in the chair. So, and the only things that we'll be doing is side bending, and we'll go into a few squats. Those of you that are in your chair can do your seat holds, all right? So we begin by hinging forward, right? So we go into that seat hold. Now, if you'd like to go back to your chair and not stand up, feel free. Otherwise, push through your heels and stand up. Now, if you're seated, keep both hips on the chair. If you're standing, press the weight into your right heel. Just stretch. Lateral flexion, hold. Maybe take one hand to your shoulder if you'd like. You can do the same on the chair. And then we come back, and we do the same thing on the other side. So we stretch. Perfect. Oh my gosh, doesn't that feel good? Let's do one more each side just because that feels so good. So in this one, we're not twisting. We're pretending that our body is between two planes of glass, just going side to side to get a nice stretch. Now, what I like to think about is opposition. So if you're standing, as I'm going to my left side, I'm pushing into my right foot. And if you're sitting in your chair, you're pushing into your right hip rather than your foot. Perfect. Great. Now, if you're in your chair, you're going to come to a seat hold. If you're standing, come into a squat and a stand up 4 times. So your seat hold if you're in your seat, or you're standing with me and doing 2 more. This is just to get some hip extension. 1 more. Now we're all going to go into a seat hold. Hold. Look behind, find your chair, have your seat, and roll your shoulders out. That was great. Now everyone's in their chair, everyone's seated. Make sure we take some water now. Take a quick little break. Gonna get ready to do some exercises for the lower body for stretching. We're gonna be focusing on getting some hip extension in, as well as some calf stretching. So we're gonna begin by movement first, because it's always good to move the body before you stretch it. So with your hands on either side of the chair, shoulders roll back, you're gonna slide your legs forward and back, just like this, just slide. You can pick one leg up if you like, if that makes it easy. Just get some movement in that knee joint, going back and forth. Now, on your next one, whichever leg is back, I want you to pull that leg pretty far back, but make sure you're able to push the heel down. Push the heel down and hinge forward, and you start to feel that stretch in the calf. Then sit upright. You might even feel a little bit more. Pushing down, come forward again and find a different range. So we're just playing with the ranges of motion here as we push the heel back, but we're stretching the calf muscle as it's all the way back. Nice. Now we switch and we do the same thing on the other side, right? So now we're seated in our chair, heel is on the ground. I'm taking the pressure off of my toes and hinging forward to push into that heel to get the calf muscle to stretch. Come forward, sit up tall, and continue to push that heel down. Good. Now come forward, hold. Good. We have one more time, up and then back. Nice job. Bring both legs together about hip width apart. Sitting tall. From your rib cage to the top of your head, it all remains the same. But as you exhale, pull the tailbone beneath you just a little. Pull the abdominal muscles in and exhale. And then sit yourself up tall. It's called a modified cat-cow. We're keeping the torso completely upright. We have one more. And now we're going to move into bridging to stretch out the hips. It's a one-leg bridge though. So I'm going to take my left leg back. Join me. Your left leg comes out, your right leg goes out. Focus on stretching this hip. And as you do, you're going to feel that quadricep in the front. Stretch. The other leg is nice and straight. Hold. Drop those shoulders. Come back. And repeat the other side. Ready? Lift. Push. Great. Hold. We're going to repeat this on each side. So take your left leg back, your right leg out. We go push, lift. And then come back and we have one more. You ready? Push, lift. Can you feel when you squeeze that glute on that right and left side, how you get a nice stretch in the front of the hips? But that's tiring for the shoulders, right? And the wrists. So shake out your wrists. Let's do a little bit of a wrist wave here. And then go the other way. Great. And then shake out those wrists a little bit and open and close your hands. Wiggle those fingers. Good. So we're going to turn sideways on our chairs. I'm going to turn to my left. You're going to join me so that I have the entire hamstring on that chair. Drop the right knee back. Hold on to your chair here. Grab either the side, the top, whatever works best for you. And if you notice, my knee is now facing the ground. With my knee facing the ground, that gives us the opportunity to stretch out the front hip. So what we're going to do is consciously squeeze your gluteus maximus and then face forward, and dropping that knee towards the floor, you'll find a nice stretch. Now you can either have your toe curled or under this way. You get the benefit of a nice shin stretch if you can allow the top of the foot to be close to the floor, and just hold. Great. This is one of my favorite stretches, really nice. Now if you take your hand to your shoulder and lean back a little bit, can you feel how that actively stretches that leg out a little bit more? And then release. When it come back, switch sides. Right, so now my right leg, the whole leg is on that chair. Grabbing the chair with my right hand to support. I'm letting this left knee drop down towards the ground. I'm holding this position. This is the one that's most tight on me today. Feels really good. Now take your hand to your shoulder, lift and lean back and hold. Oh my goodness, this feels so good for me today. Oh, we always find that some days we're tighter in areas than others, and today my hips are pretty tight. So for me, this was a great stretch. I hope it was good for you as well. So to come back to the center, and then just roll those shoulders out a little bit. Let's take another little drink. We're gonna move on to the next segment. The next segment is going to focus more on the upper body. So first get a couple of sips here in your drink. It's a lovely day here today in Colorado. It feels like a fall day. It hasn't even hit 80 degrees, which is so nice and sunny and gorgeous. I'm very excited about getting outside today at some point. So getting tired of that heat. So we're going to be here sitting in our chair, legs about hip width apart. Remember, sit forward enough that your feet are flat on the ground. Roll your shoulders back. I'm going to begin with head tilts. Let's start dropping your right ear to your shoulder. Hold it for a moment. You should start to feel that stretch down that side. Just hold. Good. Now we come back to the center and do the same thing on the other side. We're going to add on to this in a moment. Oh my gosh, these neck muscles get so fatigued sometimes. It's just a great stretch. Now watch my change. I'm still tilting my head, but I'm going to grab the chair with my left hand and take my right hand to the top of my head and gently pull away even further. Oh my goodness, and if I drop my chin towards my chest, can you feel that stretch? Whoa, that's an awesome stretch. Release your hand and roll your chin back to the center, and then lift it up. Yay. Now the other side, left side. Great. Grab your chair with your right hand, then take your left hand to the top of your head. Oh, find that stretch. Doesn't that feel good? Consciously push that right shoulder down. Yes. So what I needed today, and release. Roll your your chin back down. Hold for a second. Then slowly lift your eyes to face me again. Good. Pull your shoulders back, palms face forward. And release. Let's do one more. Great. And then we'll take our left arm, take it right onto your right shoulder. Your right hand comes to right above your elbow joint and pull it across your body so you start to feel your left shoulder stretch. But you need to drop that shoulder down and then pull across your body. It creates a little bit of rotation in your torso. Then straighten this arm out. Slide your hand down to your wrist. Make sure your thumb is up as you bring the arm across your body. Feel that nice stretch in the shoulder. That's great. We're going to move right into a tricep stretch. How do we do that? We bend our elbow. It's as simple as that. Then let your hand touch your shoulder. Move your hand back so it's right by your side. And then placing your hand above the elbow joint, just raise the elbow to the ceiling. Make sure your shoulder stays down. You don't want to rise it up too close to your ear. You don't want to get it up like there. Keep it down and hold. Find that for your tricep. Good. Hold. Good. Release. Guess what? Time to do the other side, right? So take your right hand to your left shoulder. Take your left hand above the elbow joint and pull. Now at the same time, drop your shoulder. You already start to feel a little bit of the shoulder right there. Now straighten out your right arm. Grab your wrist, thumb is up, right? And pull that across your body. Drop your shoulder, pull it in. Can you feel that stretch? That feels so, so good. Nice. Great. Release. Oops, tricep. Forgot triceps. I almost forgot. Take your hand right above the elbow joint to here. Drop your right shoulder and lift up. Stretch your tricep. Good. Now we're going to take this right hand, make a gentle fist, place it right here, right? Then you're going to take your right leg out and grab onto the chair. Ready? And we're going to stretch sideways. Feel that nice stretch? Hold on to that chair so you don't go anywhere. Now, if I let go, I can get a lat stretch, but if you don't feel comfortable, just hold on to that. Well, we are getting a lat stretch. Just get a deeper stretch if you let go. Let's come back. Whew. Feet back to where they were. Hand here. Ready? Leg goes out. Now we stretch sideways. You can slide your hand down the leg of the chair if that feels good for you too. And then we come back, scooting over to the right side of your chair. Good. And let's, not too far forward, just enough that I can take my left leg forward. Hold, roll your shoulders back. Heart up. Now here we go. Stretch forward. Can you feel that hamstring stretch? You want to avoid your shoulders rounding down. Lift your heart. And if this is all you can go, this is fine because you're still getting that length in the back of the leg. You just want to avoid your shoulders and your torso collapsing. Keep your body lifted. Good. I'm going to slide over to the side, same thing. So we're still on the chair, we're not off the chair, right? Bring one foot back, other leg's extended out. So now you want to hinge forward and reach towards the toe. Roll the shoulder back, hold. Now remember, if it's up here, that's fine, because you're still getting the length through the back of the leg. We just want some hip flexion here in an effort to get that leg to stretch. Perfect. Ah, feels so good. Feels so good. Come back to center and palms face forward. Pull the arms back. Nice bicep stretch. Arms back, 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 back. We can even lift the arms up and let the wrists extend. Drop your shoulders. You don't want to go too high, but just feel the muscle in the front of your arms stretch. And then to the side, same thing, reach out to the side. Good. Open up that heart. Feels really good. And then hands come by your side. Let's just roll the shoulders out. I bet you feel a lot better now than when you started, because we had the opportunity to pretty much stretch every muscle in your body. And for those scoops we did before, let's go through them to continue to move your body. And once we finish the flow here, just sweep the arm across your body. If you want to go a little wider with your stance, feel free. Feel like you're pushing water from side to side just to move your body. Nicely side to side, maybe taking the arms up and over. I love to move my body, especially after I stretch, because I feel more mobile, and you should feel more mobile too. Thumbs out, thumbs out, thumbs out. Two more. One more. Move your body by letting your toes tap in, holding on to your chair. 2 more on each side. I've had a wonderful time with you during this session, giving you an opportunity to make your body feel as good as possible. Now from here, take a nice roundabout and then just drag the leg in, and another roundabout and drag the leg in. Roundabout, pull it in, roundabout, pull it in, so it feels nice, perfect. Back to center, side to side. And come back to the middle of your chair, sit tall, raise your toes, lift your heels. Raise your toes, lift your heels. We have 1 more. And you get to just take a deep breath in and let yourself exhale. 1 more time. Inhale. And then exhale. Fill up your lungs with all that air, let it go. Maybe add a flow. Hands come to your heart center, and I want to take this opportunity to thank you for joining me today. It is forever a pleasure for me to share these movements with you and spend this very special time that you have given to yourself, a gift of movement that I love to share with you. So you have a wonderful day. I know you'll be moving a lot more easier after this session, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart and look forward to spending another session with you soon. My name is June. Take care of you.